And we are underway here in Las Vegas. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
All day.
Are you really relating hollering to the Madden game?
It's just what I like to call the water at Deer Park.
What's up, man? Hey, man.
First carry for Najee Harris. And they're able to get this one across.
Let me call you right back, okay? Let me call you right back.
Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Lawrence. Flush to his right. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
And time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 34. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. He lost 6 there on the 1st down play.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Second and 16. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
And his kick is right there. It's good. And the opening drive of the game yields 3. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. They go play action here on 1st down. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Henry Ruggs with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Raiders on just 2 plays have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. From the 29, Lawrence. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And, see, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Nate House. And it's a huge return as he brings us all the way back down to the 15-yard line. But when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
She dug them out. She said they were made when she was a child in the 1950s. The token.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he's brought down.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
But just not coming outside. I'm saying that. Lift your ass up.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Raiders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
Oh, baby, he worked that compact.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I'm hearing my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. Well, this defense very strong in that victory from a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Now Lawrence to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up first downs. So far, 0 for 3 on third down. If that continues, they'll have little chance of winning this one.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away.
This pitch will make him look good, baby.
42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now, 1st and 10. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Finding a safety valve here. That's complete. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
A couple of extra defensive backs in the ball game here on 3rd and 6. On play action, they'll throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Now a handoff here to his running back. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Second quarter from Vegas. The homestanding Raiders with a football here as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Okay, you know where Jerry's grandma's the street right beside there. What's that street called?
I know the street name, but I know what you're talking
You know what I'm talking about? That's what he used to be jumping, right? The street used to be jumping. He he grew up right there. His grandma lived in the house forever.
And he'll give it here to his running back.
I've walked through there.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
You came over there.
2nd and 4.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's just the fact that I'm not gonna hate it as a kid.
But they all knew you, and they were like, they was like, what you doing talking to me? What you doing talking to me?
He'll drop to throw.
What? He wasn't hanging out with
And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. A great play there. His 9th touchdown of the season. And the Raiders add on to their lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
His brother been posting and stuff like that. I don't know.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25.
I was just saying that.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. On play action, Lawrence. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
Nobody
and he gets
else.
this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Sure. You stay with people, that shit weird to me. That shit always been weird to me.
No, it's not like...
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
But Bull older than us, baby. Bull older than you. He probably
they go play action now. Lawrence.
He was old enough to have his shit.
Eluding the pressure right.
Well into 26, 27.
Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Freeman. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big connection on that one. 33 yards.
And I never been over so none. Did not like Bull at all. Matter of fact, when me and Dre really started kicking it every day, I was like thinking to myself, damn, I'm about to meet a good dude. He gonna have his shit together. I'm like,
so the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Shit together, money together. We about to be good, blah, blah, blah. That never happened. The only tracker that I met that somewhat had his shit together was a dude also named Derek, who I know you know.
On the give, this is Harris, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
We didn't have no chemistry. We couldn't talk.
They hand this off to Harris. A strong running. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
We never held nothing because I just could not get with it. I just could not get with it.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This time it's 3rd and 3. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Great mix of play calling so far. 3 runs, 3 passes. All 3 passes have been completions. 1st and goal.
I think on defense now, you have to almost take a chance. Rely on your scouting. Pick a play you think they would run here and just load up for it and see what happens.
I just can't explain it. Some dudes just got.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it first and goal to go.
You know what I mean? They know they're not the cutest. They know they don't got the most. They know they're not. You know what I mean? But he had a way with him. But I didn't like Bud. I liked it. I was attracted to
Lawrence.
him. But I did not like him because he had absolutely.
Escaping the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
I got to break it down. I got to make it feel like, you know what I mean, she ain't work. She ain't work.
Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
I don't solely have to depend on me for everything, every move she made. He said that's how he feels.
This is Harris. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pick up a 3.
I didn't have to stretch for this one. This is fourth-down territory. They've got to get it in with the deficit that they're facing.
Absolutely. It's not the fourth quarter, but still, I think you can't be thinking 3 here.
No, if you do that, you might as well go ahead and fold up on this one. But I don't think they're built like that.
On 3rd and goal, Lawrence. And it's caught. Touchdown. A.J. Brown, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Diablos get a bit closer. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and that'll make this now an 11-point deficit. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
I really like that.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
And people would always reassure me, nobody would do it.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Credit the sack there to Harold Landry.
But that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks. They have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Motherfucker's crazy. Motherfucker's crazy.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, and they got to him again. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 4th down, A.J. Cole comes on to punt. That'll be a 41-yard punt, just 1 yard on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They come in off a touchdown drive the last time they had the ball that cut down that lead. Now the defense has done their part, got them the football back.
Momentum started to shift a little bit when they scored the touchdown. It increased when the defense got them the ball back.
Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Nate Hobbs. And the Raiders are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
At the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Open man left side, it's the tight end Tunyon. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 4 last play. They double that here and get 8.
Why do we not act like that, seriously?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got the 1st down here inside the 30. And down to the 16-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. And the Raiders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a 3-score deficit staring them in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, but frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
To throw on 2nd and 10, Lawrence. And this is caught. It's Brown. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the 1st half. 1st and 10 here. You know, if they could just get 3 out of this, there's something about narrowing it to a 2-score game at half that makes it feel like much less of an obstacle. And down he goes. Brought down a Raider sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd. Final play of the half. It's Lawrence. And this one is incomplete. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, the Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. And Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys were lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime.
Ooh, baby, that's cute. But I'll be right there around the house. I'll be working there.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Harold Landry able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Well, we knew this guy wasn't especially fleet of foot, but he tried to conjure up some escapability, but there was no way he was getting away on that one.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
They still like Kim Kardashian.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Going right side here, and that's complete. 14 yards, but they're still well shy of a first as that leads to 4th down. Here's A.J. Cole now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time.
It is my style, baby. You know I love the sweat.
46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. Stays on his feet. Still fighting. A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Harris starts the drive on the ground. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Now Lawrence. Got a man. It's Brown. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him? Either fellow receivers or offensive linemen. That makes that play a really nice timing play. And sometimes it can break big.
From the gun, he'll hand this off. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Now Harris. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt.
If they want a first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the third quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now back to throw.
And he'll find Ruggs on the right side.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down.
They're trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted.
Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And his guys will set up shop at midfield at the 50-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10, right at the 50-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
Third quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. From midfield now, Lawrence.
Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And some room to work. Powers through him. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A big play there on the screen pass.
That's why you call a screen. You want to catch a defense over-committing. Plenty of space available, and that matched up perfectly. What a convoy he got downfield to pick up big yardage on that play.
Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw.
That's swung out wide to Harris.
And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
Another catch for him there on this drive, Brandon, and it looks like they're going to utilize him out of the backfield any way they can. And that time they pick up a first down. So now on defense, do you assign a man to him and try and cover it before he gets going?
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
And it's caught. Touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Diablos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Yes.
Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here.
They'll look to throw. And he'll get in as they're back within a score now. The lead's down to 7, and that almost makes it a brand-new ball game. Now it's a one-score affair after they get the 2.
And you have to know they were holding their breath on the two-point play because they had to have it to get it within the range that you just talked about. Dialed up their two-point play. It worked. Now they're feeling like they've got a shot at this one.
The offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 51 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Back to throw. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. They're going to look to throw.
He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with him defensively. And it'll bring up 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
3rd quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw.
Oh my
That's into a
God.
crowd and intercepted.
Picked off near the 44. And he's just across midfield and down at the 49-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Maybe that's cute. That's a cute outfit.
Hands it off out of the gun.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. They run the counter. Harris. And some room to maneuver. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Look at that. Boom. We must put our ass on like that. Boom. Right here. Boom. Stop.
That's big.
You know, the bigger girl, they got modeling it. I should have James. I said, boom.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Brown. And I think the ball's out. And this is going to get out of bounds, so they will gain a bit of yardage on the play, actually, and they'll hold on to the football as well.
Speaking of blood, honey, okay. There is Garage. I don't know what it's called, but I have one of their foundations.
The fumble on 1st down now. Here's 2nd down.
Doing a try before you buy with the foundation and the concealer. And I'm really good.
Now Lawrence.
If you like it, I think I don't like it.
Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 12.
The one I got now, it's oh my lord. I need that in my life.
From the shotgun, Lawrence flush to his right. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Big girl in it.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. A give to Harris. Strong run, but still wrangled before reaching the 20. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Lawrence will throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown. Scotty Miller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Diablos are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback. The Las Vegas offense ready to start this next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off near the 29. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the 4th quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now they try the right side here. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Second and 8 coming up. And a give this time to the tailback. Fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. Just a couple on the ground there. That's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. 2 yards on the first down carry, and then followed up by 2 yards on the second down carry.
Well, that's definitely not going to be enough to get the job done. Wasn't the expression 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Now they're going to need 6 on 3rd down to keep the drive going. Here's Lawrence to throw. And that is incomplete. But the pressure there on 3rd down, forcing the errant pass. 4th down coming up. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And that will break our tie and give them a 3-point lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. The drive starts with a completion left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed, too.
Yes, girl, and you can order them on Amazon. And they're also at Aldi's.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it.
So much for the best laid plans and best design plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 70 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
That's cute. See, that's right up your alley. That's not going to be fun. But that's super cute. The color, down to the colors and everything is complimentary.
From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
2nd and 6.
I'm sick of talking, so I got more body.
Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Back to throw now on first down. This will be caught inside the 10. And he will be brought down with a 1st and goal coming up as we have come upon the 2-minute warning. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and goal with this game still hanging in the balance.
This is so funny. So, have you ever heard of the honey? There's these little packets.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And no signal yet. I don't think he got in. He didn't. They'll mark him at the 1. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
Obviously, no, but I've heard they really work. They got them in girls, too, supposedly. So, somebody shared it
on
right
2nd
now.
and goal, they'll give it to him again. And this time, he is in. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game, 14 on the year. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front.
Yeah, I want to know. Why you want to know where they get them from, Pat? Why you want to know?
Make this a 4-point game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Well, let's come over and talk like rain. Time for change, yeah.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that. and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
$80 for 1,000 play hit balls. $80, girl, I'll give you $80.
Second and 10.
I'll pay you $80 to have to clean up 1,000 balls 1,000 times a day. That's what you're saying.
They'll look to throw. Pass caught, Miller.
And he's brought down after a very nice gain. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back to throw. He's able to find Miller. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Back to throw. Buying time to his left.
And Lawrence going to smartly hit the deck here as he is able to pick up the first down in the process.
He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Ooh, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Here's second and 10.
He'll look to throw. Steps away to his left.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down. An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
On 3rd down, Lawrence dancing to his left. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line.
That's a big league job there of getting out of the pocket, not panicking, and just buying himself some time. Then he made a good, accurate throw to set up 1st and goal.
He turns up on his ass.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal.
You took too motherfucking long. Got me in this hot ass Jeep, this hot ass car. No, it's hot as hell outside. You took too damn long. And he says,
and they'll run on the inside handoff. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off.
And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25.
Shaq's live, baby.
offense for Las Vegas about set to begin the drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Juan Thornhill. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
I'm trying to figure out what girl
and they will take a knee here. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Down to a knee one more time, and that should just about do it.
Partner, they took a knee to finish this one off. To me, that's the only thing they lost in the 4th quarter. How about that comeback?
Yeah, trailed coming into the last frame. Got it done, taking the knee. So this crowd will not